day everyone. Hello EDsnappers, episode 7, eCraft with EDsnaps. Remember last week we were making beautiful paper flowers with a round shape and we had no protractor and we ended up with like a 3D flower. This week we're gonna do another basic structure. We're gonna create kind of like a Ferris wheel. And we're gonna do that with a square coaster. It's kind of like a multifunctional project we're doing this week, because we can make, for example, a flower, but we can also make kind of like a wheel of fortune. I'm not sure if it's turning, see? So you can make kind of like a game out of this one. But the other part is we can also make kind of a puzzle. So what I did, and I hope you can see it, is I made kind of like a shape, the same shape with the Ferris wheel, and I cut out the square. So I have like left over here. And what you can do is you can cut out all the pieces there, and you can make them like that. You mix them up in a bag. And if your little brother is bugging you during this week, and I know a few of my students, they told me about that, you create a little puzzle for your brother, and your brother is busy for half an hour or even more if he likes to color this. So this is the project we're gonna work on this week. So what you need is you need a coaster or another type of squared shape, piece of white paper, a Sharpie, a pencil, and your scissors. And we're gonna get started by finding kind of the middle of your white paper, and we're gonna draw that shape. When we draw the basic shape, you're gonna divide the square into 4 equal parts. And you can eyeball it a little bit, same as we always do. It doesn't have to be perfectly in the middle, just eyeball it. And we're gonna give that middle the number 0. That's how we're gonna get started. Then we'll take our coaster again, and you can see the 4 lines coming out. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna mark these tops. So you get 1, 2, 3, 4. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna make a diamond shape inside our square. And again, it does not have to be precisely up until the millimeter. Can work with eyeballing. So you get a diamond shape inside your square. Now what you're going to do now is, and I made already a template for you so you can see this better with the marker, is you're going to label it 0 over here, A, and then with a little bit of guessing, you divide each diagonal line into 3 parts. And you're going to label them from A all the way around to L. I'm gonna do that right now. Now I'm gonna take my coaster again and I'm gonna draw a line from 0 to A, but I'm gonna extend it. And I'm gonna extend it in such a way that I am gonna go all the way to the end of my coaster, and then I'm gonna go to the right. So if I'm going from 0 to A, I'm going to the end, I'm going to the right up until the middle. I'm gonna do the same from 0 to B, all the way to the end, and take a right. And you do that all the way around from 0 to L. Your shape looks a little bit like this. And that's perfectly fine. Now you start again. You're gonna put your coaster from 0 to A again, but instead of going on the right, you're taking a left. So you're gonna go from 0 to A to the left, 0 to B to the left, and you work all your way around from 0 to L. You go to the left. You don't have to draw the long line again, only left. And I'm finished with my shape. So I'm gonna take my coaster and put it out of the way. So my shape looks like this at the moment. A lot of lines and you might get a little bit confused, but using a black marker will make it easier for you to define like the shape. I'm gonna work on this one so you can see that it's more or less the same already. So what I'm doing is I'm gonna take my black marker and I'm gonna first see where I'm gonna go a bit there so I can see this very clearly. I'm going from 0 to A with my black marker. Then I'm gonna extend my line all the way to the end. I'm gonna go first from 0 to B. I'm gonna go to the end. Then you can easily see that you have kind of like a triangle in there. And we're gonna go all the way to here. So that will be our first part of that Ferris wheel or our wheel of fortune. And you're gonna do this for all the parts, working your way around. So now I have my big Ferris wheel. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna trace my square and I'm gonna trace my diamond. And now I have my basic shape. As you can see, like I worked a little bit like with like lines in here, like pretending it is a flower. If you don't want to do that, you don't have to do it. You can color it any color you would like. So I'm gonna make kind of like a different shape in here. I want to make kind of like a mosaic. So I'm gonna start like coloring in fields in a way a little bit random. And again, you can use any type of square you have in order to create a Ferris wheel. So last week, the round shape created a flower. This week, the square creates a Ferris wheel. So it's pretty exciting, I think, to work on these kind of like concepts. Kind of like geometry in a very different way. I'm going to do one more red, and I think I want to have a few yellow fields in there. So I created kind of like a mosaic shape. Totally different as what is from this one compared to our Wheel of Fortune and our puzzle. So what you can do now is you can cut it out, and that is going to be our shape for the day. We're going to put that on a yellow field background. You can make it in any form you would like. So that is our shape for this week. We worked with a square. We created a Ferris wheel or a Wheel of Fortune. You can make a flower out of it and you can make a puzzle out of it. All kinds of different applications with one single coaster square. Well, that was it for this week. I hope you enjoyed our creative project, and I will see you next week. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay EDsnapian. See you next week.